Welcome to another edition of Autogeek Show Car Garage here in Stuart, Florida. I'm your host, Mike Phillips, and today I'm going to show you how to apply a premium quality synthetic paint sealant using the straight line technique of rubbing out paint using straight line motions. In a few minutes, I'll share with you in detail why to use the straight line technique when applying a paint sealant, and to my knowledge, this will be the first time in the history of detailing the reason for this technique has ever been explained. The technique has been recommended for decades, but no one ever explains why to use this technique, and I'll share that with you today. Before I share this, however, here's what this video will show you. 1. How to apply a paint sealant by hand using straight line motions. 2. How to carefully remove a synthetic paint sealant using microfiber polishing towels by breaking the sealant open. And 3. How to use the final wipe technique to give the paint a final wipe to reveal a crystal clear, streak-free finish. So right from the start, let me share with you the reason why to apply a synthetic paint sealant or even the carnauba wax using the straight line technique. When you're applying a paint sealant to your car's paint, the #1 goal is to work clean. This means everything is clean. The paint is clean because you washed and dried the car. Your applicator pads are clean because they've been stored in a clean place before use. Your hands are even clean because you washed them. Even the garage floor is clean because before you started, you swept the floor. So I hope we can all agree that the utmost, highest goal is to work clean. And by working clean, you'll have done everything you can to ensure that you don't accidentally instill any swirls or scratches when working on your car's paint. But if by chance or by accident, any type of airborne dirt particle or abrasive particulate should somehow enter the process of applying a paint sealant to your car's paint, here's the skinny. If you use circular motions to apply a product, that is, you move your hand in a circular motion like this, and if any abrasive particle enters into the process, you'll inflict circular swirls and scratches into the paint. And here's the part no one ever explains and ties in with this problem. When you have hundreds of thousands of circular scratches in your car's paint, you can see the scratches from any height, in any light, at any angle. Now, if you use straight line motions, you'll have to be at the right height, in the right light, and at just the right angle to see the defects. That's the story behind the story as to why to use the straight line technique for applying paint sealants or even carnauba waxes. Before we get into the actual techniques, first let's examine the products used to seal and protect paint. When it comes to applying a layer of protection to your car's paint, there are 2 general categories that most products can be placed into. These would be synthetic paint sealants or carnauba waxes. Synthetic paint sealants are formulated using all man-made or synthetic ingredients to provide protection and create shine. Carnauba waxes, on the other hand, like their name states, use a naturally occurring waxy substance obtained from palm trees that grow primarily in Brazil as their primary ingredient to provide protection and create shine. In this video, we'll be using the Wolfgang Deep Gloss Paint Sealant 3.0, which falls into the synthetic paint sealant category, but you can use these tips and techniques with any quality synthetic paint sealant or carnauba wax. Wolfgang Deep Gloss Paint Sealant 3.0 creates the deep wet shine of a carnauba wax, but it's an all synthetic paint sealant formulated using German-engineered synthetic superpolymers. This unique water-based formula is oxygen-cured. This means that after initial application and wipe-off of the dried sealant, the remaining coating left behind needs to cure for approximately 12 hours in dry conditions. It's during this curing process that these synthetic superpolymers actually cross-link or cure onto the paint for maximum shine, slickness, durability, and protection. One of the most important components of successfully applying a premium quality paint sealant is to make sure your car's finish is in excellent condition to start with. That means it needs to be washed and dried, and the paint should feel smooth and silky to the touch, free from any above surface bonded contaminants like overspray paint or tree sap mist. Excellent condition also means there should be no swirls, scratches, or water spots in the paint. To inspect your paint after you wash and dried your car, feel the horizontal surfaces with your clean hand. Paint in excellent condition will feel very smooth. If you detect any type of surface texture or you feel little bumps on the paint, this is a sign of above surface bonded contaminants. And before using a synthetic paint sealant, you should first use detailing clay to clay your car's paint and restore a smooth surface. You can find a video on how to use detailing clay in our video library, and the link for that is on Autogeek.net. To inspect the paint for swirls and scratches, you can use bright, direct sunlight by simply moving the car outdoors in a way where the sun can shine down on top of the paint, and then visually inspect the paint for swirls and scratches. In case it's cloudy outside, another way to inspect the paint for swirls and scratches is to use a swirl finder light, like the Brinkmann Xenon flashlight. The swirl finder light will expose swirls and scratches to your eyes, while enabling you to keep your car parked inside the garage where it will stay clean and the surface will stay cool to the touch. It's always a good idea to apply a synthetic paint sealant to a cool surface in the shade. After you evaluate your car's finish, if you discover the paint has swirls, scratches, or water spots, then you'll need to remove these types of paint defects beforehand. And again, you can learn more about removing swirls and scratches by visiting our video library. Now, this 2007 Corvette is parked inside the garage whenever it's not being driven, and the owner takes meticulous care of the paint. I've already washed and dried the car, and when I feel the paint, it feels smooth and silky. And when I inspect the paint visually using the swirl finder light, there are no visible swirls, scratches, or water spots. Our evaluation of the condition of the paint on this Corvette shows the paint to be in excellent condition, perfect for applying a synthetic paint sealant. Now let's take a look at the tools we'll need. Besides the Wolfgang Deep Gloss Paint Sealant 3.0, we'll need to supply a premium quality microfiber polishing towels and a few clean soft foam applicator pads, because microfiber polishing towels has become the new buzzword in the car detailing industry. There's a lot of substandard towels on the market. Here at Autogeek.net, all our microfiber towels are top quality. We do the research so you don't have to. I'll also be showing you two types of applicator pads. One will be these soft foam applicator pads, and these are useful for getting into tight areas or for working on small, thin panels because they're flexible. The other applicator pad I'm going to show you is called the Polishing Pal. Now, the Polishing Pal has a urethane handle with a hook and loop interface that enables you to switch out different types of foam pads depending upon what you're trying to accomplish. The benefit to using the Polishing Pal is that it applies equal pressure over the entire face of the pad. For applying a synthetic paint sealant to a finish in excellent condition, we're going to use these ultra soft red foam wax and sealant pads. These two can be found on Autogeek.net.